In one sense, I had to say I sacrificed my ethical seriousness of purpose for the sake of a snappy title. In that, yeah, inevitably when we think of other people's ideas and values, we think in terms of these simplistic stereotypes. And yes, the hedonistic imperative with this nod to Kant, in one sense at least, it does capture what I'm about, essentially life based on gradients of super happiness. In another sense, however, hedonism is not the ideal term because hedonism conjures up a form of well-being which is rather shallow, one-dimensional and amoral. And though I've nothing against partying or hedonism in the popular sense, one shouldn't imagine that this super happiness is about getting high in this shallow sense. This is back to this issue of branding again. I'm not a corporate branding strategist, but nonetheless, if one is looking for some pithy compressed watchword or slogan that compresses one's ethical views in a memorable way, I was casting around, as well as hedonistic imperative, paradise engineering, post-Darwinian transition, high-tech Jainism. Abolitionism in the Abolitionist project, clearly the focus here is on phasing out suffering, not on hedonism and gradients of super happiness. Like all of these slogans or phrases, it has its pluses and minuses. Perhaps the main minus is that it isn't of itself clear simply by saying that I'm an abolitionist what one wants to abolish. Wikipedia lists a number of senses of abolitionism in which the bioethical sense is merely one. Yes, I mean, clearly abolitionism does have a positive resonance. Perhaps the most obvious historical nod is to the abolition of human slavery, but there is also abolitionism in Gary Francione's sense, a particular conception of of abolishing the property status of animals, which I would certainly endorse, even though I wouldn't necessarily agree with all of his other views.